Just over 14,000 pounds, a big 375 private rear bunkhouse, bath and a half outside kitchen, luxury living North Point by Jayco. Just landed here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And there's no Carfax for camping, so allow me to do some CSI for camping for you. This has two previous owners. It was built in northern Indiana. It was delivered to a dealership in New Jersey. First owner bought it, installed a washer and dryer, barely used this thing, and swapped it out for something smaller because they discovered that their type of camping, they needed a smaller RV. Owner number two from Michigan, local to Haylet RV, drove out and purchased it. They used it one time, and again, it was too big for their style of camping. He had the right truck for it, wasn't too big for the truck. It was just, the rig was too large. It has, I guess you could say, two defects of which I'm aware, and I'm the type of person I like to get those right out of the way. The first one is in the bunk room. There, originally when this was built brand new, there was a hide-a-bed sofa in one of those slides. It has just simply been removed. It doesn't leave any damage or scars or signature on the RV. It's just not there anymore, which means more play space for the kiddos, which is actually one of the things owner number two liked about it. Second thing, owner number two did rub the nose cap right here. It has not punched all the way through, but it's there. You deserve to know about it. We're not going to hide things. But those factors are things that we took into account when, you know, putting price tags associated with this. I think we're trying to be pretty darn fair on it, all things in all. You are, in the video description, there's a link that says check for price and availability. You can see if it's there. You can see what we're selling it for. Short of that, let's step inside. As is the case with most big fifth wheels or even trailers that have a whole bunch of slides and something like an island in the middle, you're not really going to access a whole lot in this thing with the slide closed. You can get to the bedroom, the master bathroom, and one recliner. So that's just about it. Let's get this thing opened up. This is really a destination use kind of model. And I have gone through this RV a couple times now, like walking through it, really trying to eyeball everything up and down. I've got a lot of experience doing this. I haven't really found anything that to me is like an area of significant concern. Overall, it appears to be pretty sharp. You'll also notice you've got that lower accent light there under the island. There's one switch in like every room of the RV that will activate the lower accent lighting in the entire RV. So if you wake up in the bedroom up front and you flip on the lower accent light, it will be down to the ground. It's indirect, and it will let you navigate the RV at night, you know, to get to the bathroom, the fridge, whatever, grab a drink, and not, you know, blind yourselves or disturb anyone else. That is a Trifold hide-a-bed sleeper sofa. That is Jayco's Dream Dinette over there that can easily fold down into a sleeper with full extension drawers below those dinette benches for easy storage access as well. Every window you see is going to open, and this was built with the dual pane windows option. That's what that little orangey neon yellow sticker is on every one of those. Now, don't get me wrong, those are neat for knocking down exterior noise. They do theoretically help with like insulative qualities a tiny bit. It's very minor. The fact is, though, it's often just a peace of mind thing. Now, up here, we do have a big power ceiling vent fan in the kitchen area, so if you are cooking up a storm, you can get that extra heat out of here. Your entertainment center is really intelligently positioned in this one also. Oh, camera, come on. Camera got ADD. It's having a hard time focusing here. Just a moment. There we go, that's better. Anyway, entertainment's intelligently positioned, and it can pivot out. So like I'm standing at a pair of individual free-floating recliners next to that hide-a-bed, and I've got a great shot at this. You can sit anywhere in the slide out. You have a great shot at it. You can be cooking in the kitchen, still see the entertainment. They did a great job there. Now you might need a one or probably a 2 or 3 stepper, but that pantry goes from floor to ceiling, and you'll even spot extra drawer storage below that oven. This has a very residential style sealed burner cooktop on it as well. So it's far, far easier to clean. And I did not check, is this conventional or convection? This is a conventional microwave oven. It is residential sized, however. If you really, really wanted to upgrade that to convection, you could swap that out for a convection microwave on this RV and be so many thousands, tens of thousands less than brand new. This also was built with the electric only residential refrigerator, which includes a 1,000-watt inverter. my 2 cents, I feel that makes it a little bit better purposed for being parked somewhere, but in theory, there's no reason why it shouldn't be perfectly functional in towing situations as well. Electric space heating fireplace below, so you can take some of the nip out of the air without necessarily burning up all your propane. Now, one of the things I mentioned when the video began, oh man, I missed that trim. I forgot about it. It has almost sort of like a Western look and feel to it. Here's another thing. Jayco's really good. Like, every light has a switch. Whether it's under an overhead cabinet or something, you never have to go through and go click, 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 click. Everything is simpler that way. Now, back here in the bunk or second living room, you see the overhead bunk flips up out of the way so that, you have more of a daytime function, although it can obviously fold down, 300-pound rated. Down here, this is what I was mentioning at the beginning of the video. Originally, there would have been a trifold sleeper sofa here just like the living room. Owner number 1 removed it to give more play space for the kiddos. Owner number 2 never replaced it. So, there you go. The fact is, you still have tons of sleeping in this thing, and it frankly makes the room look really nice and big. One of the cool things on these is all the storage back here in this extra room. You get all the storage around the entertainment center, and you notice the owners were obviously not scavengers. They left all the original factory electronics like that TV back here still in place. Great drawer storage in this. Now, just like the overhead bunk in the opposing slide flips up, the bottom bunk here flips up too. It kind of has to. With the, if you think about it, there's an outside kitchen behind that wall. They had to make the bunk flip up out of the way so that it wouldn't crush and run into the opposing slide out when the slides are closed. But what's neat is that also creates this handy little like storage trunk situation going on down here. Now, the upper bunk here, this bunk is fixed, so it's not going to flip up, down, or in between. And these are about the only lights within the bunk slides that you individually click. But there's a reason for that. They wanted it so that if the kiddo is in this mattress, they can just go up here and flick that light on or off as they please. Now, this is a bath and a half model, and you can see the half bath has a direct exterior access point. That will cut down on so much dirt and foot traffic coming through the camper. I also like that the half bath isn't just a toilet. It actually does have a sink too, so the kiddos aren't like washing their hands in either the inside or outside kitchen sinks. Now, it's way up there because we are on the lower deck of the RV. But this does have a switch on the wall to turn it off, on, and to open and close that lid. So, you don't have to be 10 foot tall to get to that. And a little nice detail. Even the half bath toilet is still porcelain. Over here, moving back forward through the RV, we've pretty much seen most of this. So just give you kind of a nice little pass-through look. I do like that ceiling fixture. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about is the whisper ducted air system on this. So that, where you're spending 90% of your time in the living area, you don't have to crank the TV way up and then turn it way down if the air conditioner turns on or off. Where Jayco really kind of broke the mold on this floor plan, because this layout in general has been in the RV business for 6-8 years, maybe a little bit longer. But everybody always had where those 2 recliners are positioned. They had this crappy little bench that it felt like you're on the old school bus steel benches. And Jayco extended the RV a little bit, and it gave them room for a pair of individual, very comfy plush recliners right here. And that's what really, I think, began to springboard this floor plan into popularity. Now down here, we've got our central vacuum system. On the bottom right, you see that rectangle. That's what I call the electric dustpan. You can take a broom, you can sweep your main deck, and then you just take your toe, go, and it'll kick on the suction mechanism from the vacuum, and you can just sweep stuff right into that. You don't even need to get all the central vacuum system stuff out. Now, moving upstairs here in the bathroom, this is that lower accent lighting I was telling you about. I wanted to leave the lights off in the bathroom so that you could get the full idea of it. And if I reach in here and find the light switch, there you go. So one switch activates the lower accent lights in every room. This is a very popular bathroom arrangement when this was built, and still is today. You see this used in, very similar North Points and a lot of the Montanas that we also carry new here at Haylett RV as well. But one of the things that North Point and its technical big brother Pinnacle do better than just about anybody else is headroom in the upper deck. It is one of the reasons that these are taller. They are heavier than a lot of other very similar competitive market products. They have a taller upper deck, and that vaulted ceiling sure doesn't hurt either. It makes it, even for a big guy like me, 6'3", wearing boots, wearing a hat, tons of room in there. And that shower, my lord, you should not ever, I don't care if you're a bigger person, you should fit in here. It's a one-piece, seamless fiberglass shower. You can literally jump stomp in that thing. I've done it in plenty of previous videos. You'll never hurt it. And the handy little corner seat right there is very good for either personal comfort. Maybe you need to shave legs. Maybe it's safer for you because you got a hitch in your giddy up to sit while you bathe. Well, you can do that here. Now, porcelain foot flush stool, and you're going to see that, there's no vents in the flooring, in your traffic zones where you could have, dripping off your body or anything like that. We also have great dedicated linen storage right here in the bathroom. So you don't have to do the nudist camp street to get through the RV. One other quick note. This RV was outfitted with a tankless on-demand water heater. This appears to be the Generation 3 model, which is the first generation that I thought that they were okay. The previous generations, the only way that you could control how hot or cold your water was by playing with your nozzle, or you get the point, your flow valve, effectively. This one, you can actually just look at it. It's digital. It's just a real number. You push the number that you want, and there you go. You got hot water. Bang. A little detail, too. Jayco's always been very good about this. Their bathroom doors lock. Even at their most basic travel trailers, it's shocking how many trailers and fifth wheels lack that quality. Up here in our master bedroom, let me get the lights turned on for us. Oh, there's the lower light. There we go. Once again, we do have also, let me get all the way up here. I mean, there's no taper in the bedroom. I can be on my toes, and my hat barely touches the ceiling. The taller walls and the vaulted ceiling do just a huge number here. Now, you can see this was outfitted with the factory second air conditioner. So you have two airs that share centralized ducting. Our bed slide over here with those great cross breeze windows. And a neat thing on this, there's additional storage here in the bedroom next to this side of the bed. Just extra little bonus space. They noticed that they had a pocket. They said, let's open it up. Now, don't have a heart attack when you see these big boards here and you're going, oh my God, what's broke? Nothing is broke. When you install one of these guys right here, one of these Splendid Combo-Matics, you have to remove the shelves that originally come there because this is initially intended as a dresser space. So that's what's kind of cool to me. That's a confidence-inspiring thing to me, is that this RV has had two previous owners, but they have both maintained all the original factory pieces and parts, even the ones they weren't using. So that is just a ridiculously deep closet up there. I mean, let me get on an angle because the whole closet is as deep as you can see from that washer dryer depth. And then over here, you notice they have a 4-drawer high dresser. Most manufacturers have 2. Some manufacturers brag when they have 3. This has 4. More storage is never the wrong answer. And once again, all the original factory electronics are still present and accounted for. Despite its lack of, a lot of times when an RV isn't used a lot, I have noticed that owners will tend to neglect it. I don't see that to be the case here. This was not used a lot, but it certainly was not abused either. It was well cared for and well maintained, even while it was mostly doing nothing for the previous owners. We do have a MORryde pin box up front and MORryde suspension for smoother ride and handling, and a huge front compartment. Actually, the North Points during this generation and still the Pinnacles today by Jayco have the largest front storage compartments, set up for more space for more batteries than just about anybody else. We do have a 6-point auto leveling system. She is winterized right now, which is why, let me walk around a puddle here. When I get down into this storage compartment, you might notice this open panel right here. That's to be able to get to certain things to winterize it. Of course, fully enclosed privatized docking station. All of your handy outside showery things and all that all located right here. This is Jayco's fifth wheels have been 0 to 100 degree rated for a long while, and you might notice that's a bigger water heater than you find on a lot of fifth wheels as well. Let me get right up by the sidewall here so you can see the skin is gleaming. There's no peeling or fading of decals or anything like that. She is in sharp shape. It's late model. Actually, interesting note on late model. It's late model enough that it can potentially still qualify for same as new financing pending approval. So that's a handy thing to keep in the back pocket right there. You can get a nearly new RV at a well-used price tag and still get same as new financing. That's a sweet combination of things. This does have a 2-inch receiver hitch on the back, so if you're interested in throwing a bike rack or something on the back for the kiddos, you can. Obviously, we've got a full outside kitchen here. You know, mounted right on the face of the slide, it works very well. This is something, Jayco was actually one of the very first to crack the nut on this. It used to be, if you wanted a bunk slide, you had to give up an outside kitchen. They said, no, we got engineers, we can make this happen. Now, previous owners did have a TV installed. It was aftermarket. They did keep it. The good news is you can easily see where a TV goes if you want to add one. Bigger outside fridge and galvanized rolled steel countertops. So if they get wet, you splash some water in that real sink with a real drain, no big deal. Nobody cares. So we have a refrigerator and a toilet. Both available essentially from outside. So you're not going to track a lot of extra foot traffic and dirt through your RV. And obviously, this is the half bath that we saw from inside the camper, doing a you know, great job of also giving the people in the rear bunk room their own little bathroom at night. Now notice both front and rear steps are both those nice aluminum plank quad steps. So coming and going here is very easy. You also see how they have the speakers mounted down here in the skirting. So you're not going to be blowing away the neighbors with your music. Everything is down where you can hear it and at a lower volume. And that big drop frame front pass-through storage compartment is always a pleasure to see. Every time you look at that, you always go, God bless America. I can really pack that sucker heavy. So, I mean, overall, I point out the little thing on the nose cap at the beginning of the video. Overall, from ground level, it looks pretty good.